Hi, this is Kerry from Orange Cat Crochet. I just wanted to put together a little tutorial just so that if you're brand new to crocheting and you want to have a go at my little jellyfish kit, that you'll have the skills to be able to do it, just to help you with the stitching, understanding the pattern and all the complex bits that are a bit tricky when you're first starting out on origami. So we'll go over the basic patterns and how to do the stitches and working the rounds that you'll need for the main part of the body. I'll also do another video on this little scallop edges, how you do the tentacles and how you do the face, just so that you've got the basic skills to do it. So if you want to, out of your kit bag first, grab your pattern. I'll just go over the basics on the pattern for you so you'll be able to understand it. All the kits also are exactly the same, they just vary in colour. So you'll either have the white jellyfish, the pink guy, or the little sunshine yellow one. In this tutorial I'm going to make the yellow one because it stands out better on the camera to see the stitches. So if you get your pattern, you'll see at the very top of the pattern it always states the stitches used. So for most of origami patterns you're going to use single crochet as a basic. So if you're wanting to convert that into UK terminology, it's always at the top. So if you look at the top of the pattern, they'll show the stitches there as well, and then you'll go on to the pattern. So on this we're going to start by making the body, and if you look at round one it says to make a magic circle and 6 single crochets into the magic circle. That is how most of the patterns start. With that, there are several different methods to make a magic circle. I find for me the best version is to do, and especially when you're starting out, is to chain 2 and single crochet into the second chain from hook. So to do this, what we're going to do is we're going to take our yarn, wrap it round our finger and make a slip knot as normal. So you make a slip knot as you would for most other things that you need a slip knot for. So then you take your crochet hook in your right hand and you hold it kind of like you would a pencil. So you pinch it between your thumb and your index finger, and then you put the hook onto there, and then with the yarn I take it over through my palm, grip it with my little finger and my ring finger, and then I always pinch my work with that finger. So you hold it in place there. So on this it's the tail, but then it will be your work. If you just tighten your hook up slightly, you don't want to tighten it too much because that's where you're going to do. So next we're going to do a chain. So to do a chain, you take your hook and you push it back. So you hook your yarn in the hook part of your hook, and then you're going to pull it through the loop. So that makes your first chain. So then we're going to do that again to make another chain. So we take our hook, push it back so that you can click your hook over your yarn, and you're going to pull that through. So that makes 2 chains. So if we were doing something with that you needed 8, 9, 10 chains, you just keep doing that until you've got the desired number of chains. But for this, what we're going to do is we're going to work our stitches for our first round into that hole there. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert our hook through the middle of that chain. Then we're going to grab our yarn. So instead of pushing back this time, we're going to put our hook in front of the yarn in front of our hook and draw that through the hole. So now we've got 2 loops on our hook. So this time what we're going to do is we're going to push our hook back, loop the yarn as we would with the chain in, and pull it through both of the loops. So then you've got 1, and that makes your first single crochet. So if you look at your pattern, it says we want 6 into that circle. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another 1. So again we're going to grab our yarn, pull it through. If you drop it, don't worry, pick it up again, pull it through, then pull it through both. This round is the most tricky round because you're working into a small space. So you want to do it again. So you've got 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through both. There we go, and that's free. So we're gonna again put our hook behind the yarn, grab it so it pulls the loop. So you've got 2 loops on your hook, push back, grab the yarn, pull it free. So now we've got 4. So you can see the 4 because you've got the little V shapes, and that makes 4. So now we're going to do another one. So grab our yarn, pull it through the hole, grab our yarn, pull it through both. That's 5, and one more just going around the circle like that. So now we've got 6 single crochet. So that will be our first round. So if you look at your pattern for round 2, it says increase in each stitch around 6 times, and at the end you're going to have 12 stitches. So what we want to do here is we want to work into the top of our stitch. So we forget that first chain 2 that was on there, so our stitches start there. So this is the most tricky bit, so you don't want to pull it tight yet. You want to insert your hook into that stitch so you have both sides of the V on your hook, and then you're going to grab your yarn again and pull it through. So then you've got 2 loops. So then we're going to do it as we would by grabbing the yarn, pulling it through. So that's our first single crochet of that round. So what we want to do is we want to put a stitch marker in that stitch so we know where our first stitch of the round is. This is a really important step because if you don't do this, you won't know where your round started. So as the pattern says, we want to do increases. An increase is 2 stitches into the same stitch. So what we want to do is in that same space, that same stop of that stitch, we want to do another one. So you just grab it, pull it through, yarn over, pull through both. So that's 2 single crochet in that one space. So we can turn around to our next stitch here. We're going to insert our hook. So we have both parts of the V on top. We're going to grab a yarn as normal, pull it through. So you've got 2 loops. We're going to push our hook back, so we grab the yarn, pull it through. So that's our first one in that stitch. So now we're going to repeat that into that same space. So we're going to grab a yarn, pull it through, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull it through. At this stage, if you're finding this bit difficult, what you can do is just pull it apart and start again. Don't worry how many times you need to do it, just get the basics right at this point. So if you look, we've done 2 increases, so we've got 4 single crochets. So we're going to move on to our next stitch. So there you go, you can see it. You're going to yarn over, pull it through. Sorry, it's gone a bit blurry. So you've got 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through. So that's there. So then we're going to put our hook back in. And so it's always worth remembering at first you go over, and then on the other side of it you go back. So you're kind of circling your hook. So that's our 2 in that one. So then we're going to go through again, grab a yarn, pull it through, 2 hoops, push back, grab a yarn, pull through, do it again, grab a yarn, pull through, push back and through both. And then we've got 2 more to do. So there we pull through, 2 loops on the hook, push back, through both loops. And then we do it again, push back, 2 loops, pull through. And then we're into our last stitch. So we do it again. So insert hook, grab the yarn from above, pull it through, 2 loops, grab the yarn, pull through both. So now if you count the top of the V's from that one, because you've reached your stitch marker so you know that's the end. So you count, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you've got 12 stitches. At this point as well, you just grab your tail from behind, pull it really tight, and that closes a complete circle at the top, and that becomes the top of your head. So with the tail's always, unless otherwise stated, in the inside. So that's going to go inside your little jellyfish. So again, now if we look at the third round of the pattern, it's got, right, so when stuff's in the brackets, it means you repeat what's in the brackets however many times it states. So here it says 1 single crochet and 1 increase. Repeat bracket to bracket around 6 times. So what we're going to do is we're going to do in the first stitch, so we're just going to remove our stitch marker and remember to put that in once you've done your first stitch of the round. So what we're going to do is in this stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet. So we grab it, pull it through 2 loops, push back, grab, pull through. So that's our first stitch of the round. So again, we're just going to put in our stitch marker to mark our round, and then we need to do an increase. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in there, grab the yarn, pull through, and remember an increase means 2 stitches in the same stitch. So we'll do that as so. Then we're going to move around to the next stitch, do that, and then we've got another increase. And then we'll do another single and another increase. And another single and another increase. The great thing about working in these rounds is when you get to the end, you'll know you're right if you end on your increase there. So we're going to do another single and another increase. And that's your next round. So then what you're going to do is on the next round, round 4, it will say 2 single crochet, increase. So what you do in that round is you'd work 1, 2 single crochet. Remember to put your stitch marker into the first stitch. As such, and then you'll do your increase. And that's that, and then you'll continue that. So you do 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 increase, 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 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet, 1 increase. And you'll keep doing that all the way around to the end, and then you'll keep following your pattern again until you go round and round, and you'll end up with this shape of the body. So it makes the little body shape. So when you get to the end of that, of the single crochet rounds, and you're on to round 18, stop the video and come back to me, and I will show you how to do the next part of the pattern, which is the scalloped edging around the edge. So that's that for this tutorial. If you need to re-watch this one, all you need to do is from your part, just take it off and redo it. All you need to do is just pull it all out until you're at the beginning, and then you can just remake it again. So do that as many times as you need for the first few rounds, get a grip of it, and then when you're ready, join me on the second video. Thank you.